I can answer that question. We have asked that of the Neil Cavuto show. Neil Cavuto is a landowner near South Canaan, believe it or not, right near St. Econ's Monastery. We got no response from Neil. We asked the Hannity show. We got no response from the Hannity show. We asked Glenn Beck when he was on Fox News. We got no response from Glenn Beck. We asked Fox and Friends in the morning, and we did get a little bit of movement, but they never called us in. They spoke about it on Fox and Friends in the morning show a few months back, but that was the extent of it. We have done that. We probably haven't tried enough.
We did try to do DIA.
Yes.
Well, I think we have an update on that. Cheryl, you want to tell them?
Well, remember that trip to Ohio last weekend that I was supposed to take? Fox News was going to be there, and I was going to do an interview with them also. But unfortunately, I was sitting on the airplane in Binghamton, and we had an engine problem. And after sitting there for so long, they said, sorry, you need to get off. And they had no other flights to get me there. I could have gotten there when the whole event was over. But we're hoping that maybe we'll be able to do this. That is like my favorite channel. Our kids get so tired of Fox News. Phil and I, we get up in the morning, we check the weather on 16, we flip it over to Fox News. And I would love to be able to go and talk to them.
I think he'd like to make another comment that
I heard you on David Madeir's show today.
Yes, I
He
was.
was here for a little while. He has no good on a regular basis. So why can't, isn't that an inroad to possibly get him through the things I know? There's got to be an opportunity to get some major exposure.
I think we
Maybe
need
you
to
should
use
talk to
every
David
avenue.
Madeir and see if we can make something happen.
We'll work on it.
That would be a good
That's the
idea.
answer. We're going to work
and
on it.
if I can add to that, any of you here that have any kind of connection or friend or family member, reach out. The more people that say you need to speak to these folks, better's our chances of getting in there. So if you do have any connections or know of anybody, same with the Delaware River Basin Commission, same with the governors. We have to keep pounding. The more people that keep after them, eventually they'll listen. If we stay quiet, nothing's going to happen. So.
Fox News just did a thing on Washington County, although it was about the voting and how the people vote there, but they spoke about coal and natural gas and fracking. Spent about 3 to 5 minutes on it, just going around talking to people, and one guy said, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, as he sits on his porch with his wife sipping tea. You know, so, yeah, that was Washington County, Pennsylvania.
Why don't we take one more
Yeah.
question? I think this
I
lady.
just want to say one thing about that. I just want to echo that you really have to work on these news organizations. And what it takes is a lot of people doing it. In New York, you wouldn't believe the people that they're happy to put on the news. You've got biologists explaining hydraulic fracture, you've got chemistry professors talking about casing and cementing, and their news organizations, television, radio, they're very happy to get these people on that don't know anything about what they're talking about because it's a popular. I've had a difficult time, even though I've got 30 years experience and I've been in the industry, I've seen what it can do. I can hardly ever get on. And the only way we get people on up there is the landowners put a band together, they call the stations, they write letters. Newspapers is the same way. It just takes a really hard effort. It's not going to just be one call and you're going to get on Fox News.
Okay.
Also, just to let you know that the JLC in New York State, Joint Landowners Coalition, the head of that, Dan Fitzsimmons, was on Fox News on Mother's Day, I believe it was. And unfortunately, we were in Barnum and he was on, but...
I saw him on there.
Did you?
Yes, he did an excellent job.
And very strong advocate. Our neighbors to the north, they are working tirelessly to get through up there, just as you are working down here. My heart goes out for both of them, though I live in Pennsylvania. The rest of my family is still just across the border in New York. So we need to work together and let our voices be heard. You asked about how are we going to get these people that are on the far left of this. I know that some of them, we never will. But there is a vast group in the middle that have questions, just like we have had, that are waiting for answers. And this movie is a tool that we need to use to let people know. Because as we increase in numbers, let's face it, conservative people are a little more quiet, okay? When we have a town board meeting, who is heard the most? It's the antis. There may only be a couple of them, but you know they're there. Why is it that we are so tight-lipped, so close-mouthed, so quiet about something that we so firmly believe in? And this is about our rights as landowners. And that's a major issue. We need to be able to open our mouths and say something. Don't be afraid of what other people are going to say. Because 9 times out of 10, somebody else is going to say, hey, yeah, that's right. I wish I'd said that. So you start out and people will follow.
And something that is so simple. Is Josh Whitler still here from the Independent? He left. I know they did the letters to the editor. Write a short letter to the editor about your opinion. The more you do. Nikki, I don't know if you, if local has any such thing.
Not right now, but we're working on it.
Great. When it comes available, let us know.
Let's do one more question.
Yeah, I forgot a question.